What's up, everybody? We're live. We are doing we're doing a ball talk episode, and it's very bare and dry right now because I don't have theme music or nothing. Hold on, I'm sharing it to Facebook. This is gonna suck. No, hold on. Here we go. Episode 1. Mean Lean Darlene.
Feeling a little woozy here.
I don't know if I spelled any of that right. I gotta give the credit to Vince though for coming up with that. Mean Lean Darlene. I know I usually come up with clever play on words for the episodes for Joe's show, but not this time. I just called it episode 1, and then Vince came along with his good graces and said Mean Lean Darlene. He said a lot of other things, but that was the coolest.
We're winging it here, folks.
That's right. We are winging it. Welcome, Vince. Thank you for joining me.
God bless us all.
And, do you believe in God?
Absolutely not.
We don't even talk about sports at all the whole time. It's just like
God sports.
God sport. Do you think God is a sports fan? If he
God did not get drafted number 1 overall.
Not a Buffalo Bills. If what you heard just now is Mitch and Amanda are here. They are watching The Evil Dead, the newer one. So we kind of have a studio audience, but they're kind of doing their own thing. I kind of just whipped this together. I didn't really know. I was supposed to do this with my boy Trevor Zano too, but it was just kind of put together at the last minute. And Vince knows a lot about sports, and he's funny, and I think this is his calling. So this will probably end up being Vince's show one day.
That's all hearsay.
It's and he's modest. No, what a dick. There goes Mitch. What an asshole. What's that even mean? What do you mean by that? You don't just shut the door.
Y'all don't say that.
Y'all don't say it. Mitch is being sassy because normally this time on Fridays he's hammered, but not this time.
Element.
Yeah, he's sober on a Friday at 10:30. But a lot of things are going on in the sports world, Vince, and other people listening. If you are listening, for instance, where do you want to begin? You want to begin with football? Get that?
Let's do the foosball.
Are you a Bills fan yourself?
I am not a Bills fan.
I'm not a Bills fan either, really. I'm a Dolphins fan. What about you?
I don't really have a team. I sort of go with players. Peyton Manning was always my guy. I liked Jameis Winston before he started groping people and doing weird things.
What's the story on that? It was an Uber driver, right?
Yeah, it happened in 2016. Supposedly they were in a Mexican drive-thru, and he grabbed her crotch, supposedly. But he says he was so drunk that he doesn't remember it. So it's anyone's guess, really.
I mean, you've been drunk before, right?
Certainly.
I've been drunk before. I've done things I haven't remembered. Have you ever gone to the extent, do you think, of grabbing another lady's crotch or doing something where if you were famous, it would... Yeah, let's put it that way. Have you done something when you were, blacked out that if you were a professional or you had, assets, it would have fucked you up?
I don't believe so. I'm
No?
not really a heavy drinker, so it's never really gotten to that
Back
point.
when you were, you never...
Nah.
Yeah, you always were upright when I seen you at parties.
Yeah.
I wasn't too much, so...
Those ward party days were there when I was doing my heavy drinking back in the the field behind his house and
burning boats and...
Oh yeah, that was a good night.
Let me turn up your gain a little bit.
I got the deep voice over here.
There you go. Yeah, you got a solid deep voice. So so the biggest thing going on in the NFL right now, obviously, is not the biggest, but one big thing is oh, God, I thought it was a beer. It's still in Arizona. Mitch is on his third Arizona, it looks like.
Shotgun it.
Usually it's tall boys, it's Arizona's. But a training camp, and a story coming out of training camp is Kelvin Benjamin, Buffalo Sabres, Buffalo Bills, the number one wide receiver, I'd say, right?
Quote unquote.
Quote unquote, yeah, exactly, until you hear this shit. So I took some notes down here. Now, if you don't know who Kelvin Benjamin is, he was drafted in 2014 by the Carolina Panthers due to the fact that they lost Steve Smith, Ted Ginn Jr., and who else did they lose? Brandon LaFell. So it's quite a hit. Back in 2014, at least, Ted Ginn still is employed for some reason. I don't know how. I think isn't LaFell? Doesn't he still find
I think
jobs?
He's still around. I'm pretty sure.
And so they drafted him out of Florida State University, standing at 6'5", 243 pounds. His rookie season, he got targeted 73 times, over 1,000 yards and 9 touchdowns. We'll get to that in a minute, but he was. I just want to give him give credit where credit's due is one of my biggest mottos. You know what I mean? I live by that creed, and he was one of the. He was among the. What was it? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 gentlemen to have been first-round pick wide receivers that caught a touchdown in their first ever NFL debut, which were Randy Moss, Calvin Johnson, A.J. Green, Demaryius Thompson, Percy Harvin, Brandon Cooks, and Mike Williams. So I guess that's hard to do for first-round pick wide receivers to get a touchdown in their first game. I didn't know that. I figured, hey, you're a first-round pick, get a fucking touchdown.
Right.
But it's probably it's the NFL. It's probably hard.
A lot of big names on that list.
There is, except for Mike fucking Williams.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe there's 2 Mike Williams as wide receivers.
One was on the Steelers, and I think I don't remember where the other one was at.
One was on the Bills. And where'd you say the other one was?
Steelers. At one point.
They could be the same guy. Yeah. Who knows? Of course, my computer wants to fucking restart. Pick a time. Bear with it. I don't know. Okay. So, after his rookie season, though, he never had a 1,000-yard season. The following year, he got injured in 2015. We're still talking Kelvin Benjamin. If you just joined us, the Buffalo Bills' #1 wide receiver. He had a 1,000-yard season his rookie year, being targeted 73 times out of 262 completions of Cam Newton. And Cam Newton completing 262 passes and 73 of them coming right towards being caught by Kelvin Benjamin. We got it out to like 28%. That's over a quarter of his passes was going to Kelvin Benjamin. Mm-hmm. So that's got to have a ton to do with it. I also noticed I watched a mic'd up thing where Kelvin Benjamin was in it, and he just seemed dumb as fuck, just kind of stupid. And I'm not just shitting on Buffalo because I hate them as a football team. I love every other sports team that they have. I just don't like their team. We'll get into that maybe some other episode. I don't think we have that kind of time. Mm-hmm. But and another thing, his rookie year, Kelvin Benjamin with the Carolina Panthers, his only other competition was the #2 receiver, Jericho Cotchery. Have you heard of him?
Oh, absolutely. He had a couple good seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. And Greg Olsen as well. So, I mean, there you go.
He's one of the best tight ends.
I know. I love Greg. And they always give him a shit. I know this has nothing to do with it, but they always give him a shit blocking rating on Madden. It's like, come on.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, give the guy a 70 at least. Come on. Let him fucking block. But, where was I going with this? So, he never had another season for 1,000 yards after. Let's see if I can get the exact stats up. Of course, I fucking deleted it. What an asshole.
Surprising he even made it that far because Carolina, they do a lot of the run option, trying to utilize Cam's, abilities.
Right. And that's kind of what he's getting into with why he thinks he hasn't been able to do it with Buffalo and stuff because of Tyrod and they ran the pistol and stuff like that. But, I think, honestly, it's because he hasn't had a quality quarterback since Cam Newton. You know what I mean?
For
and,
sure.
So 2015 was his sophomore year. He didn't play a single down because of his injury. Was it an ACL or... No.
Was it a shoulder?
Let's see. ACL.
Was it ACL?
In the joint, yeah. So then he came back in 2016, played 16 games, started 13, and had 941 receptions. But he averaged 14.9, which was more than his rookie year. So if he would have got a couple more targets, maybe he would have beat it. But after that, he only had, in Carolina, he only played 8 games. Got 475 yards. Was he injured again? He had to. I think he was injured again
Yeah, he must
that
have been.
year because there's no way you just start Kelvin Benjamin. Let's see. That was 27. Oh no, he got traded. My bad. And then in Buffalo, he played 6 games where he did get hurt, and he only got 217 yards in 6 games. So, I mean, that's pretty brutal, and that's what Tyrod throwing to you. So
It's not going to cut it.
no, it's not. So he actually he talked to reporters according to BuffaloBills.com. I was talking about how fucking stupid I thought he was. Should I go into his quote, or should I talk
yeah,
about how
let's
dumb he is first?
Show the proof we found of his dumbness.
So I watched the mic up sound effects thing that they do on NFL Network, and I was like, man, this guy just seems dumb. The coach had to. This is when Mike Rivera is the coach of Carolina. And he just had to over-explain to him, like, this is what we got to do. This is what you're doing.
Ron Rivera.
Or Ron Rivera, thank you.
Riverboat Ron.
Yeah, who the fuck is Mike Rivera? Riverboat Ron. Thank you very much. That's why, see, this is why you're here, man. And fucking, and other reasons, sex appeal, of course, but, So, I thought he was dumb as shit. So I looked up his Wonderlic score. And if you don't know what a Wonderlic is, it's a personal test. It's called the Wonderlic. It was made by WF1 or FW Wonderlic. What it is it's formerly known as the Wonderlic Cognitive. Thank you. Ability test. You know my score. Is a popular group intelligence test. And it tests the aptitude of perspective for employees, ability of learning, and problem solving in a range of any occupation. So pretty much what that says is it's not just the NFL that does it. It's a bunch of places do it. A bunch of places do it for entry level jobs and stuff like that. But the NFL is one of the most popular. And this dumb motherfucker, Kelvin Benjamin, scored. Okay, before I say it. 20 is average, which would get you your intellectual quotient, or IQ.
It's out of 50, too, right?
Yeah, 50. It's out of 50. Yep, thank you. Mm-hmm. And if a 20 gets you is average, and it'll get your IQ score around 100. Anything 10 or lower is considered illiterate. Kelvin Benjamin scored a 7. I don't know if I can line it up quick enough. I think they might be loud. You like that? You like that? You like that? Yeah, he scored a 7, but he's not the only one. There's some dumb motherfuckers out there that have scored pretty low intellectual quotients, or not intellectual. Jesus Christ, probably that too. But some Wonderlicks, and yeah. So he's just dumb as shit. But and that's gonna, you know. In the way that the Wonderlic works is it's not just like, oh, what's 4 plus 4, what's, this and that. It puts you in situations according to the job that you're entering. So it's like problem solving for shit that you know what I mean, like what would you do here? So I mean, I guess.
So he got football like related questions. You're saying?
That's what I'm thinking here, and he got a 7 out of 50. So
it's the kind of intellect we're looking for in Buffalo.
So yeah, it doesn't say you're illiterate, but it says claims that a minimum score of 10 points suggests a person is illiterate. So it just claims it doesn't mean that you're definitely illiterate.
He struggles with the basics.
So it's a 50 multiple choice question, and it has to be answered in 12 minutes. So maybe you just can't work under pressure, which is kind of bad. But he's not a quarterback, so I guess that doesn't...
Can we take this test, like the one he took for football?
Do you want to see if we can throw one on here?
That'd be interesting.
Yeah. Right here. Take the test.
Here we go.
So you
get a 2?
All right, let's see what we do. All right, so me and Vince are going to try this test together. We'll split the score evenly. Okay. Oh, shit. I'm not ready. Hold on. Does it count if you got a slow-ass computer? Okay, in 6 years, Jill will be twice Amanda's age. 1 year ago, Jill was 9 times Amanda's age. How old is Jill? In 6 years, Jill will be twice Amanda's age. Jill was 9 times Amanda's age. How old is Jill now?
Pull the plug on this.
I'm going to, let's see. What's that?
You got to add the years from the beginning.
There's no years. It just says in 6 years. Jill will be twice Amanda's age. 1 year ago, Jill was 9 times Amanda's age. How old is Jill now? I'm going 9. Wait, that wouldn't make sense because 6 years, right? In 6 years, so then 6. I'm on.
Big Mitch is coming to help us out here.
Read this one. The first one is a get. The first. What do you think, Mitch? In 6 years, Jill will be twice Amanda's age. 1 year ago, Jill was 9 times Amanda's age. How old is Jill now? Okay. Jill will be twice Amanda's age. 1 year ago, Jill was 9 times Amanda. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. I'm going 9. It's not right, but we got to go to the next question. Michael threw for 54 yards in his first 5 games. At this rate, how many yards will he have thrown in 15 games? First 5 games. Holy shit. His first 5 games at this rate.
Times 3.
49. Yeah, 49.62.
All right. Bruce likes 143, but not 144. He likes 3,500, but not 3,600. He likes 8, but not 9. Which does he like? 15. But I'm gonna say he likes 1,500, right?
Same, yep.
All right. Choose a sentence that most closely resembles the meaning of the proverb. 2 wrongs don't make a right. Committing 2 wrong acts is twice as bad as 1. You can't be right by being wrong. Seeking revenge only makes things worse. 2 rights don't make a wrong.
You can't be right by being wrong.
Mitch, if you fuck this up for us and we get a shitty draft spot.
Question 50 total?
Yeah. Which identical 3-letter word, when placed in front of the following words, forms a new word? Fuse, claim, duck, create, fit, found, log. Do we get to pick anything, or do we got to type something? Which identical 3-letter word, when placed in front of the following words, forms a new word? What?
Fuse to.
Do you understand what it's asking?
Which identical 3-letter word, when placed in front of the following words, forms a new word? Fuse tape, 3-letter word.
Fit's the only 3-letter word.
Yeah.
It doesn't really. You can't really put that in front of anything.
What the fuck does it mean by form a new word, though? When placed in front of the following words, forms a new word.
Like you you put it together and it forms.
Oh.
Fit, you can't put fit in front of any of those.
Create, claim, fit.
It's able. Yeah, able. A B. No.
It's not a 3-letter word.
Yeah.
New. New claim. Does that make sense? Who cares? We're going new. All right. Not trying to discredit you guys, but we're trying to get them all.
It's taking like a 2-hour fucking test.
What is the? We got 12 minutes to do it. What is the missing number? 28, 29, 57, 86, blank 229. We need you, Mitch.
Jesus Christ.
57 is the total of the first 2.
Okay. So then you think
57 and 86. That'd be
So what plus 86 makes 229? The one, wouldn't that be it?
so minus 86 from 229. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I think that would be right.
Okay, so 3, and then 14,
yeah.
143.
43. Yeah.
That used to be I love you on pagers. You would do 143. Which object is least like the others? Car, wheelbarrow, boat, wagon, motorcycle. I'd say wheelbarrow because it doesn't have a motor.
Boat's the only one that goes
Oh wait,
in
wagon
water.
doesn't. Yeah, it's right. Boat doesn't go in water. You're right.
Boat does go in water.
What wagon has a motor? I'm a dick. I'm sorry. Yeah, my bad. Good job, Vince. Let's see. Which number is larger? 0.5, 5, 3, 30, 400. 400, right?
Yeah.
Trying to get you those simple ones to wreck your brain.
Calvin got that one wrong.
Do the words credit and acclaim have opposite meanings, similar meanings, or no relation at all? Credit, acclaim. No relation, right? No, claim they're the same. Because if you critically acclaim something and you credit it, it's like, yo, I critically acclaimed this movie. You give it credit.
Yeah, I think they're similar.
So they're similar.
Wow, we only got 10 questions and we got 6 minutes left. The word vile can be spelled using 4 of the letters from the word revolution.
Yeah.
True.
Yep, true.
3 painters can paint 3 walls in 3 minutes. How many painters are needed to paint 27 walls in 9 minutes? Let's see. 27. 3 can paint 3 walls in 9 minutes. All right, wait, hold on. 3 painters can paint 3 walls in 3 minutes.
It'd be 3 minutes.
Good job, Mitch. Avocado is guacamole as tomato is to fucking sauce. Marinara.
That was not interesting.
It's my favorite. Now it's twice as long since noon, and it was 2 hours ago. What time is it now? Wait, what? Now it is twice as long since noon. 4 o'clock. So what? 1600. Notebooks sell for 33 cents per unit. How much will 5 notebooks cost?
5 times 33 is 155. Alright, that's probably wrong.
You fucking asshole. What is the average of all the integers from 17 to 55? What's an integer, Mitch?
Ones that can't be divisible.
Okay.
By only itself. So what is the average of all integers from 17 to 55? That's way too good for you.
0.
17, 19, fucking.
Wait, integers.
What is the average of all the integers?
I'm going with 0.
How does that relate to football?
I know. Unscramble the letters and make a word. Channel.
Perfect.
Bill and Jerry start at the same point. Bill walks west. They really do shit like this? Jerry walks due east for 6 meters. They turn right and walk 3 more meters. Who is closer to the North Pole? What?
Bill walks west and Jerry walks east for 6. So Bill would be closer.
All right. Okay. If Barry weighs 150 pounds, Ted weighs 125 pounds, and Matt weighs 175 pounds, any 2 of them together weigh 300 pounds. True or false? False.
It'd be 125 and 175. It's Ted and Matt.
Yeah, it'd be false then, because it says any of them together. Aunt is to uncle as grandfather is to grandmother. Right? Because they be fucking. 2 women start at the same point. They walk in opposite directions for 3 meters. Then turn right and walk another 4 meters. How far apart are they?
It's the same distance.
It's not there, Mitch. It's not there.
Maybe
3 meters and 7. It'd be squared, so it'd be... Would it be 21?
wait.
It'd be squared
They
up.
walk in opposite directions for 3
It'd be
meters.
6.
That's 6. Then they turn right
12.
and walk 4 meters away. So that's 8. 3 and 8. So 9 and 64 minus 9. Let's go with 7.
Right. The number 3,868, when written backwards, is read 8,683. 8. Yeah. We'll go true. Unscramble this word for an English word. UTSBOE.
Boast? Well,
No, there's a U in there. Shit. So, that U's fucking me up. I
Let's
don't...
go to the next one.
Submit. A 5-foot-tall woman is standing near a flagpole which casts a shadow of 21 feet on level ground. If the woman's shadow is 3 feet long, how tall is the flagpole? Shadow is 3 feet. So the flagpole is 3. Would be we'd be going 3 into 5, right? So then we'd be going
21.
into X, which would be
This is turning into a math quiz really quick.
It really is 1.5. So what's 21 divided by 1.5 then? Would be over 1.5 or times 1.5.
Just put 14.
Sounds good.
How much time?
We have 13 seconds.
Last question.
Jacob was 27th in line in the airport. He was also 27th from the back of the line. How many people were in line? 20. Oh, Jesus. We're going Junior Seau, 55. What's that?
54.
54? 54. We got it. We got a 14. We beat Calvin Benjamin.
We're as smart as Jadeveon Clowney.
We got Clowney?
Yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah. All right. Good job, guys. Good job. Okay, so there you go. Calvin Benjamin's dumb as shit. So, thank you, Mitch. Thank you, Vince. That was a great fucking. Wow, that was a lot of pressure, though.
I couldn't even read half the questions from over there half the time.
Oh, my bad, dude.
No,
I
you're
would have
good.
switched it over to
You're
you.
good.
So, well, Calvin Benjamin also, aside from being a dumb shit, he is a good receiver. He can find ways into coverage and shit like that. He's tall.
He's a big body.
Yeah, but he gets hurt a lot going up for the ball, and that's his job, you know what I mean? Because being a basketball-sized wide receiver, you want him to be able to get the ball at the highest point, shit like that. But he gets hurt, so what use is he? So he's blaming that, he not getting enough targets, this and that. But also according to BuffaloBills.com, thank you all for putting up with our. Let's make sure that there's people even listening or anything. Like everything's working. The levels look good, so that's good. Any questions? Nope. Don't blame you. I hope you're out on a Friday night enjoying yourself.
Where are you, Devin Weech? We need you.
So let's see here. What was I doing? So according to BuffaloBills.com, I mean last year this is what Calvin Benjamin said. I mean last year I couldn't even bend. I couldn't even bend my right leg. It was bad. It was to the point to where I was. This is word for word. That where I was kind of second guessing myself. I was asking McDermott if I should play, but I would anyways. And I remember he was kind of soft. He was kind of a pussy. He cried a little bit like E.J. Manuel and stuff when he was under Coach Rivera and stuff like that. So I don't know if he really is as tough as his 6'5", 245 exterior. Where the Bills have just a fuck ton of receivers right now. I actually have them pulled up here. They got Zay Jones, which we'll get back to that. Malaki Dupree from the Green Bay Packers, Brandon Riley, white guy, Jeremy Curley, not bad, he was from the Jets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Austin Prohl, son of Ricky Prohl, who's going to do good things. Quan Bray, never heard of him. Rod Streeter, not bad, good seam runner. Kalen Clay, don't know. Andre Holmes, who did great for them. Robert Foster, Cam Phillips, and as I said to you before, Ray McLeod III. That just sounds like a guy who's ready to be a receiver.
Right.
I would start his ass. But Zay Jones, there's another issue for their wide receiving core. He had a bit of a mishap, if you don't remember, or if you haven't heard about this, in a hotel where there was a fight and he was naked, and for some reason. Do you remember the whole story?
Was there a fight?
There was a fight and crystal meth involved or something like that.
I know his brother was there with him trying to get him under control.
We'll see if we can get the story punched up here. But, yeah, there was blood all over the hotel room.
All over the hotel wall, like the
wall.
hallway.
Yeah, there's a broken window. Oh, God, I'm looking at the news for Zay Jones. He's like, prime for a breakout season in 2018. It's like that window you broke through, you fucking crazy asshole. Zay Jones. We'll put it in hotel. They'll get the rest. Oh, here we go. Here's the nudie bloody arrest. Let's see. I just need honestly, yeah, this will work. Buffalo Bills wide receivers Zay Jones got into a bizarre naked struggle with his brother, who also is in the NFL. Didn't know that, and it ended in a bloody mess with Zay Jones in handcuffs. TMZ Sports obtained this video of the crazy fight that went down Monday night in a downtown LA apartment building. Zay is stark raving nude while grappling with his brother Caleb Jones of the Vikings. Okay.
We've all been there.
You can hear Zay yelling, "I'm going to fight for Jesus!" And according to witnesses, Caleb was trying to stop him from jumping out of a 30th floor window. There's a shattered glass there. Zay eventually broke free and ran in the direction of Caleb's girlfriend's apartment. You can hear her screaming. We're told at some point he ran back out of the apartment, entered a public balcony area, and smashed his foot through a window. That's what we're looking at here. That had to fucking hurt.
Oh, yeah.
That's a pretty bitchin' window. Photos from the scene show blood on the shattered window and all over the floors and walls.
Did it mention a fight?
No, I guess there was no fight. His brother was just trying to restrain him from being a cock.
I think they were just dabbling in some illicit substances.
Yeah,
in the room.
it's said before what they were doing. We're told Zay actually tried to squeeze through the hole in the window, but Caleb restrained him. A foot-size hole, mind you. But Caleb restrained him until police arrived and arrested him for felony vandalism. Jones was the Bills' second-round draft pick last year. According to law enforcement, he's being held in a medical ward of LA County Jail. It's unclear what his condition is at this point. The Bills tell TMZ Sports, "We are still in the process of gathering information." Blah blah blah. No, so this is an older article. So there's things that have came out since. I don't know what exactly he was on. I was told crystal meth. A whole bunch of different things, and they were just fucking around in a hotel room. LSD. Whoa. That'd be awesome if just porn and stuff in my... Oh, there's Zay Jones' bloody nude arrest. Fucking... Let's see. He avoids... Okay, so this right here. Update on Zay Jones is he avoids charges following bloody arrests. So he's not even going to get suspended or nothing. He's not facing criminal charges for vandalizing the hotel or shattering the penthouse. They declined the case because of insufficient evidence. Are you fucking kidding me? There's a whole fucking video.
There's a whole hallway of evidence.
A whole hallway of blood. His blood. And a foot-sized hole in the window. Additionally, TMZ Sports is reporting that the hotel wasn't looking to press charges either because Jones's family was extremely cooperative. Well, that's cool. And told the building manager they covered damages, so they threw a little hush money at him, $20,000.
There was a settlement.
Yeah, there you go. And the 22-year-old wide receiver was originally arrested on suspicion of felony vandalism after the police arrived at the hotel and found him naked, breaking glass doors and windows, and arguing with his brother, Minnesota Vikings wide receiver Caleb Jones. So we know all about that. And so there you go. He's off the hook. And Julian Edelman isn't. What happened with Julian Edelman? I know the Patriots wide receiver. I know he's out for 4 weeks.
Yeah, doing some sort of illicit substances.
Let's see. He
was out all last year, too, so it was probably for some sort of rehab he was doing. Can't remember what his injury was.
Let's see. I know he was out all year. He didn't play at all last year.
Majority of the year, at least. Check it out.
See, well, for this year so far, he denied the appeal for drugs. That's what it says. Let's see. Hold on. Yeah, Julian Edelman denied appeal. 4-game suspension for drugs stands. So what kind of drugs we talking? Okay, so they're just performance-enhancing drugs. Nothing cool. Something that they all fucking do. How do they... the NFL tests once a year for drugs, and they announce it. So it's how do you not, be all right, I'll slow up
right
until that date, and then go back at it. Like, that's what I didn't understand about Josh Gordon, who finally had his rookie season, like, last year,
Right.
halfway through, because he just kept getting high.
Smoking the reefer.
Yeah, and literally he just had to stop. And it's not even a hair test, it's a piss test.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know. I don't get it, but...
So they're
Don't-
just like, December 20th, drug test.
Yeah, and they still fail that shit.
You
and
can get randoms too, but they do have to like give you a few days notice.
Oh,
Because,
for real?
Yeah, I remember last year some punter or a kicker hit like a 60-something yard field goal, and immediately after they tested him.
was that the one who broke the record? And they're
I
like,
can't remember
let's,
who it was.
let's get on him. I'll look it up. Fucking kicker who got drug. Yeah, there we go. From the Colts?
Yeah, I think so.
Colts kicker drug tested
Was it
after
Vinatieri?
monster hit. I don't know.
Or was it McCaffrey?
They say after monster hit, so yeah. Fucking. Let's see. Oh, he like a tackle.
That's not the one I was talking about, but
But
that's
it's Pat
interesting.
McAfee.
It is McAfee. Okay.
Indianapolis Colts punter Pat McAfee delivered one of the biggest hits of NFL Week 7, leveling Denver Broncos returner Trindon Holiday on Sunday night. After the game, the NFL had McAfee randomly drug tested. They informed him via surprisingly casually looking half-hyped, handwritten note taped to his locker. So, okay, so here's the note right here. It's literally just like printed up and handwritten. I'll try to read it. Pat McAfee, you have been randomly selected by the NFL drug testing program medical advisor to complete a urine doping test today, 10/21. So they got him right after the fucking game. Please report to the drug testing area ASAP to meet with the collector and discuss the testing process timelines for completing your tests and to address any questions you may have. If you feel you are not prepared to provide an adequate specimen, you should check in with the collector. A valid government or team-issued photo identification is required. Please bring photo ID.
Pat McAfee's got his own talk show too. Just
Does
like
he?
you. Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, he's a good dude. It's funny.
Yeah, man, he's laying people out. Fucking. So that sucks. So if you're a punter and you make a great tackle, they're like, no, there's no fucking way. We're not gonna let that fly. Fucking. That's not what we're all about here. So another talk is for Buffalo's training camp is Josh Allen. They aren't going with they're not going with him for starter just yet. Last I heard, they're letting McCarron and Peterman battled out for the round one. Why are they fighting the inevitable?
Right.
You know what I mean? You traded up to get him.
Peterman throwing 5 picks in one half.
I got to give him this, though. They put him in against the number one pass rushing defense his rookie year.
Who were they playing?
Chargers. So they got
okay.
like Joey Bosa, all those motherfuckers. And so I don't know, man. Like, I like Peterman, but we'll see what they do. And the cool thing about Josh Allen was he played, I think, 3 years at Wyoming. Yeah, 3 years. Total out at 5,066 yards.
He's got a cannon arm.
He does have. They said he's got one of the strongest arms they've ever seen. He did a 4.75 40-yard dash, so that's pretty quick.
Yeah.
54 touchdowns, 44 touchdowns, 21 interceptions. Because he pretty much had to move the ball himself. A grand total of 767 rushing yards and 12 touchdowns in his 3 years. They went 8-3. Wyoming went 8-3 last year, and the only 3 games they lost, he was hurt. So the kid knows how to carry a team, and he can play in the weather. We all know that. His arm length is 33 and a quarter inch. Pretty fucking huge. He's 6'4" and 7/8. Oh my God! Just give him 6'5" at that point. Are you kidding me? Fucking. He weighs 237 pounds.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, his broad jump is 9 feet 11 inches. Holy shit! I can fucking probably parkour like a maniac asshole.
You follow college football?
A little bit. I'm a Michigan State fan. It's because I started following college football when 300 came out, and they're called the Spartans. So I was like,
Michigan
hell yeah,
Spartans,
yeah. So I kind of regret it now. But what about you? You like
Never got into the college.
No?
No.
So you don't have your own like college team or nothing like
No.
that?
And trip.
And trip. What are they now? The fucking Trailblazers or the Thunderwolves? They keep changing it.
Thunderwolves.
The Thunderwolves, you know the wolves that come down from thunder, and yeah, no, fucking. So yeah, it's pretty much all I got right now for Buffalo training camp right now. They haven't done no news or really anything like that, but we will flip it over to the Buffalo Sabres before we wrap this thing up. We got let's talk about. Now I know a lot of this you guys have probably already heard, but this is our first episode, so lay off and don't listen then. But no, I appreciate you listening, and tell us what you think. Tell us what you want to hear if there's different stuff, and I don't know. We'll go from there. But
dick joke.
You want to hear a dick joke? Hold on. Mitch Hayner. Get it? Because you're a fucking dick. Now shut up and watch your movies over there.
We got some horrible bosses.
Vince just joins them. Just like, this isn't real. So we picked up a few guys in free agency. Connor Sheary, I believe we traded for. Actually, do you know if we?
From the Penguins, yeah, he's got a Stanley Cup under his belt, maybe 2, I believe.
Yep, and he's pretty fucking fast.
The one year he had a really good year. The one year, but he's also playing with some of the goats, Malkin,
Some
Crosby.
of the goats, the Tang, fucking.
Their team was loaded for a while.
Oh yeah, but now we got their own, or we got their owner. He's from Pennsylvania, but was Botterill part of the Penguins, or was he?
I can't remember where he came from.
I know what's his face, our coach, fucking help me out here. Why can't I think of his fucking name? Jesus Christ, Sabres head coach
Phil Housley.
Thank you. Was a part of the rebuild in Nashville, and they won the cup. Yeah, Connor Sheary. Let's see. Yeah, he had. So he's got a young career. I mean, he's only been in the NHL for 3 years now. But yeah, he had. In 1 year, he played 61 games for the Pittsburgh Penguins and had 53 points. And then dropped down a line and played 79 games and got 30 points. So out of 184 games, he's got 48 points and or 48 goals with 93 points, and that's just in the NHL. I mean, he was crushing it in the AHL and all the other under 17 leagues and shit.
Definitely has potential.
Oh yeah, and it's going to be good because we need speed. We need guys who want to skate and get the fuck down the ice and shit like that. And we didn't have that. But now even with that blockbuster trade that we had with is what they're calling it. A lot of people don't like it. You know about the trade for O'Reilly?
I love it. We got a bounty of good stuff for him.
Oh yeah, we got Berglund.
The first and the second pick alone would have been worth it, but Sabatka, Berglund, and
Tage Thompson.
Tage.
Yeah, I've been talking to you about it.
That's probably not listening.
And Tage Thompson's a 6'5" centerman, and that's just fucking brutal.
They're saying Tage might be the best guy out of the whole group besides the picks.
Yeah, they said that they are challenging him to make the top 6 this year.
Really?
Yeah, and that's pretty brutal. Normally you don't have a big guy down the middle like that. You keep him out to the wing, but I mean if he can win faceoffs, hey, Sabatka can win faceoffs too, but he stands at 5'11", and Berglund stands between 6'3" and 6'4", and he's decent at faceoff, but he's 32. Sabaka's 30, and Tage Thompson, the prospect, is 20 years old. And as for the first and second pick, the first pick is for next year's draft, but it's top 10 protected, meaning if St. Louis sucks a dick so bad that they make it into the top 10 part of the draft, that they get their pick back, I believe that is. And but I don't see St. Louis being.
And what, we don't get anything then?
Yeah, we won't get. Yeah, but that
I didn't know that.
That 2021 second round pick is guaranteed.
Guaranteed. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't see. They're not trying to tank. That's why they added. They gave us Berglund and Sabaka for kind of cap relief. And
right.
He's like, I want a prospect out of it. And they gave him Tage Thompson instead of Kyrou and Robert Thomas, who they have on their team as well. And people are like, well, we wanted Robert Thomas and Sabakov. It's like, you can't.
You can't have
Those
it all.
guys are amazing.
Right.
And yeah. So be happy with what you got. Fucking Tage Thompson's a shoot-first mentality, which is something we need on a line with Eichel and shit like that, because Eichel is more of a kind of dance around with the puck, pass to someone who will shoot. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
Eichel usually every year has more assists than goals.
He's about a point per game player. He's pretty solid.
Right.
But yeah, usually more assists for sure.
Right. So if we got a shoot first kind of mentality on there with him, then that could be a pretty lethal fucking combination. And I don't know. And looking at the looking right here, do they have Tajan? Okay, they're talking about Cliff Poo, who's an P fucking U, literally is his last name. Cliff fucking Poo. He's Asian. Cliff Poo. And fucking Cliff Poo. And fucking he's they're showing a little depth chart here for the off season right now. Top line is Jack Eichel, Sam Reinhart, Connor Sheary, which is the guy we were talking about from Pittsburgh. Line 2 is Casey Middlestat, who has been a pleasant surprise, I think. Oposo, who I think we might find that he's going to be dead weight with all this young talent that we're getting. And Evan Rodriguez. Line 3, Patrick Berglund and Vladimir Sabaka, which was the guys we were talking about with Jason Pominville. And line 4 would be Scott Wilson, Gergensons, and Nicholas Baptiste, who I don't know if you know anything about Baptiste. He skates hard and stuff like that, but I don't know. He hasn't really. I haven't seen him do much on the net and stuff like that. But he's aggressive, and you need that balance. You do need the guys that'll put the puck on the net, and everyone's got to play a fucking role. That's how Vegas made it, as far as they did with Scrap. You know what I mean? They found guys not that could put the most points on the fucking board. They found guys that were willing to play a role. That's how fucking Ryan Reeves is still in the NHL and scoring goals. You know what I mean? When everyone thought he should have retired because the whole goon enforcer philosophy is
Right.
They're getting rid of it.
Vegas ended up with a whole lineup of like second liners though, compared to first, second, third, fourth. They got good balance throughout all.
That's
their
true.
Whole lineup.
They did have a pretty good depth, and now they're talking about adding Seattle. Is it Seattle or Portland? I think it's Seattle.
Yeah.
And they're going to put rules on it now to where like it's going to be a little harder for them to do as successful as them.
Right.
Because actually, they made a trade during the expansion draft. Vegas made a trade with Anaheim for one of their players, so they wouldn't take this other guy, and they would take some salary, and they could still make a pick. So I think they're going to get rid of that rule to where you can make like compensation trades during the expansion draft. Just all you can do is just draft, and that's it.
It's probably a good idea.
Yeah, and I think that's what helped them get some of their shit. But yeah, the lines underneath them, they got 3 more lines. They got Sean Malone, Bailey, and Johan Larsson on a line together. C.J. Smith, Rasmus Asplund, Tage Thompson, the 6'5" guy we were telling you about. Cliff Poo, Andre Aglevi, and Victor Olofsson together. So
Bailey's a local boy.
yeah, he's West Seneca, is it?
Yeah, I believe that's it.
Yeah. And so it'll be interesting to see. I mean, there's a lot of young talent that, we just been sitting on. I mean, C.J. Smith's 23 years old. Nicholas Baptiste, I think, is like 21, 22. Justin Bailey, he's up, he's down. Johan Larsson, what's your opinion on him? I think we should get rid of him.
He was supposed to be some big deal back when he came in. Yeah, he hasn't done much.
Right, he hasn't done jack shit. And every time I see him, he's always a fourth-line guy, but he doesn't do anything. Scott Wilson was a good surprise. He ended up getting like 20 points when he came to Buffalo towards the end of the season.
Carter Hutton, my favorite signing out of all of them.
That's right, Carter Hutton, a goaltender with he had a .934 save percentage out of 32 games, and I think it was like a .198 or 1.98 save percentage or goals against average.
Yeah, he had a good year last year.
I looked that up just to make sure that I'm not bullshitting you, which I probably am. But yeah, everyone's like, what about our goalie? I thought we were going to go Peter Mazerik or whatever
from the Red Wings.
Yeah. But we went Carter Hutton, and I think the reason why we did that, Carter Hutton is a veteran, but he I think he's going to split reps with our prospect Linus Allmark. All right, let's see. And he's a good locker room presence, apparently. They said that, and they did an interview with him. He's just a nice guy and shit like that. They said
Who's that, Hutton?
Yeah. Great locker room presence. Okay, so out of 32 games, he got 17 wins, 7 losses, 3 OT losses. Let's see, 56 goals against. 3 shutouts. This is all last year. 2.09 save percent average and a 931 or 2.09 goals against average, 931 save percent average. Sorry.
Decent numbers.
Yeah, a little nervous still doing this is our first show, so. But yeah. So I mean, I think this is a pretty good year for the Sabres. Do you think that with the amount of aggression we have, the tools that we got in the trade between the young guys, the physical players we got now with Tage and with Berglund and Sabaka, who's definitely aggressive and can win faceoffs and maybe take some of the pressure off of Jack. Because like I was telling you outside, I don't think rookies or young guys like Middlestat and Jack should be responsible for center because there's a lot of defensive responsibility. Because obviously you're the start of the play. What do you think of this team overall? Do you think this is a hopeful team that can make a run at the Cup, or not the Cup, but at least a playoff spot? Or
I'd say they're still a couple of years at least away from the playoffs.
You think so?
Yeah, but definitely a step up though. Weren't we last in the whole league?
Yeah, we were 31.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if that happens again. If Hutton has a good year, who knows?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, Hutton, I'm looking at his thing now. Since he's been in the NHL, the most games he's played was 40, and that was his second year in the NHL, and that was with the Nashville Predators. And okay, so he was at the Nashville Predators for 3 years, so was Housley, so that could have been. So that's good. So they're reunited.
If we get a full year from Eichel too,
yeah,
who knows?
Yep, full year from Michael. Middlestat will be able to see him under a full year because what did we only get? Fucking how many years or games did he play?
I'm not sure.
I'll type that in. Is it Middlestat? Yep.
Housley will have another year to grow into his role there and get familiar with the players.
That's one thing I was going to ask you. Now, do you think Housley? A lot of people were saying they're going to Ron Rolston him if he starts off like he did last year. Do you think they're going to Ron Rolston him?
They need to stick with somebody. This carousel of coaches needs to stop at some point.
I agree 110%. Let's see what we're looking at here. Okay, so he only played 6 games with the Sabres and had 5 points. 1 goal, 4 assists.
Middlestat?
Yep.
Okay.
So that's not bad. And the University of Minnesota, where they pulled him out of, 30 points for 34 games. And, so it's not a bad guy. This is going to be good to see what they do. Don't forget we got Samson Reinhart, who can play aggressive at times. But these guys need someone riding their ass to keep them motivated.
Right.
Now, getting Ryan O'Reilly out of the locker room, do you think that was a good move? Because, he admitted this year that he lost the passion for the game.
Right.
And a lot of people are like, well, wouldn't you if you're in last place? Not if it was my fucking job to be the captain. It's my job.
He was a real beast on the face-off circle. He was, second best in the whole league.
Yeah, absolutely.
60-something%.
Next to Berglund, he was fucking for, I think it's Patrice, right? Patrice Berglund.
Oh, Bergeron.
Bergeron, that's it.
Yeah.
Not Berglund. I'm sorry. Berglund's the guy.
Patrice is a monster.
Oh, my God. That one game, he had a perfect game, 38 fucking face-off wins.
Really?
38 for 38, dude. Yeah,
wow.
He was. This was just last year. Fucking animal. But, yeah, and he could intercept pucks like it was nothing. But towards the end of the season, he was falling on his ass and stuff. I don't know. You just tell he didn't really want to be there.
I don't want to hear that whiny stuff from our players. Losing.
If he was a good leader, the team would have fucking won.
Right.
The team would have been winning if he was a good leader.
So you guys think that his
if he's not happy here, yeah, ship him out.
Get his ass out of here.
I'm real happy with what we got back for him.
Me too. I mean, I couldn't believe it. And a lot of people are just like, oh, he traded for a whole lot of nothing, a whole lot of guys. A lot of Buffalo sports radio were covering it and saying a whole lot of nothing. And I understand Sabres fans are, they have every right to be. It's like you're dating a girl and you keep breaking up with her and going back out with her and you're like, I swear this time it's gonna be different.
Right.
And she's gonna be skeptical about it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna be like, I don't know, and she has every right to be. So I guess as fans, that's what we are. We are the jilted lover girlfriend, and the Sabres are
that's just the Buffalo
our
sports.
long dick boyfriend that we just keep falling back for because we love his sweet wiener. We'll never stop loving his sweet wiener, but he will continue to forever break our hearts. And I think that's about all we got today. For Vince, you got anything else to say, my friend?
Thanks for putting up with us here on our first
yeah,
time.
Absolutely. There'll be more of us. Expect it, and we'll have songs and all that stuff for you. This is kind of a last-minute thing, but thank you for playing along, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll have more people on maybe as well, and
Enjoy your Friday night.
Yeah, be safe this weekend. And once again, thank you for coming on, Vince.
My pleasure.
Thank you, crowd, for being there and helping us out. Mitch, thanks for helping us with the Wonderlic test. And I love you all. Be safe. For Vince Conrad, Jesus Christ. For Vince Conrad. Sorry, bud.
You're good.
I said your name. But,
no.
Oh, no.
No.
Dude, I'm so fucking nervous with this thing. I feel like it's like the first show that I'm doing again. For Vince, Mitch, and Amanda, and myself, we're out of here. Thank you very much. I love you all.
Peace.